Welcome to BISP Solution. Our today's topic of learning is on chain holding subsidiary under financial consolidation process. So, what is a chain holding subsidiary? When a company holds some subsidiary and the same subsidiary entity also holds some other subsidiary, such type of holding is known as chain holding subsidiary. For example, A Limited has a B Limited as its subsidiary and C Limited is subsidiary of B Limited. Then in turn C Limited becomes subsidiary of A Limited. Here C Limited becomes sub subsidiary of A. Such type of holding is called as chain holding subsidiary. So which can be seen graphically if we see this. A Limited holds B Limited with 80% share and B Limited holds C Limited with 70% share. And indirectly, the A Limited becomes holder of C Limited, which is known as sub-subsidiary. So C becomes sub-subsidiary of A Limited indirectly because C is a subsidiary of B Limited. So we will see this through an Excel example. So we have given the figures of balance sheet figures of this time for three companies, three entities. Micro Limited, the holding, the purchaser, original purchaser. Mini Limited, the subsidiary of Micro Limited, and Tiny Limited, the subsidiary of a Micro Limited and subsidiary of Mini Limited. So the financial figures of three entities were available with us. And the additional information, date of acquisition is 1st January 2020. Micro Limited holds 70% shares of Mini Limited. So it has 70% ownership. Mini Limited holds 80% share in Tiny Limited. So Tiny's 80% share belongs to Mini Limited. And the pre-acquisition profit of Mini Limited was 10,000, while in financial it was given 40,000. So 10,000 will be post acquisition, and for Tiny Limited it was 5,000. So total profit of Tiny Limited is 20,000. Out of which 5,000 belongs to pre-acquisition. So before moving to the calculation, we have to made the analysis of Mini Limited and Tiny Limited calculation, because the profit of Tiny Limited will go to Mini Limited, which will add in the profit earned by Mini Limited, and total by adding them, the share will go to Micro Limited holding company. So Mini Limited and Tiny Limited. So first we will make the profit or retain earning calculation of these two separate entities. So there are pre and post retain earning. So for Mini Limited, pre limit earning, pre retain earning is 10,000. It is as per here, and post will be 40,000 minus 10,000. So it comes to 40,000. First we will let's first do the calculation of Tiny Limited, because the profit of Tiny will reflect in Mini Limited. So subsidiary. So the retain earning is 5,000, pre-retain earning 5,000, and post will be 15,000, as the total retain earning is given here 20,000. As C is the subsidiary and C has no subsidiary, so this will we will leave this column blank. And out of this 20,000, we will distribute the share of Mini Limited, that is controlling interest, and non-controlling interest at the rate of 20% and 80%. So the share of Mini Limited 5,000. 5,000, 80% of 5,000, it comes to 4,000. And post acquisition also 80% of 15,000, so it comes to 16,000. And non-controlling interest will be 5,000 minus 4,000, 1,000, and 12,000 minus 15,000, it comes to 3,000, which also comes near to 20%. So we have distributed the profit earned by Tiny Limited into controlling and non-controlling. That is, the share belong to Mini Limited and non-controlling interest. Now comes to the calculation of mini limited. The retained earning, pre-retained earning is 10,000. Post-retained earning will automatically be 30,000, and total earning will become 40,000. This is the figure of mini limited. So we have to add the share received from Tiny Limited at the rate of 80%. So this is the uh, share which we received from Tiny Limited. So we will add this in the post retained earning 12,000, 12,000. So it becomes the retained earning of mini limited becomes 10,000, 42,000. It comes to 52,000. And out of this total earning, we will distribute them into controlling interest and non-controlling interest. So out of 10,000, 70% shares are owned by Micro Limited holding company. So 70 controlling interest share of Micro Limited will be 7 at the rate of 70% of 10,000. 7,000 and non-controlling interest will be 3,000. Similarly, out of post, 42,000 is the total post retained earning, out of which 70%, 29,400 will be controlling interest and non-controlling interest 12,600. So we have distributed this. These figures will be used in our further calculation. So first we will make the calculation of goodwill. So we have to make the calculation of both mini limited and tiny limited. So we have written here mini limited and tiny limited. So payment for share, that is investment in mini limited. How much investment is made by micro limited? It is 1,25,000. Similarly, in tiny limited, the investment made by mini limited is 60,000. So total comes to 1,80,000. And the non-controlling interest at acquisition or fair value of non-controlling interest. Therefore, the of mini limited 1,10,000 is the total share capital, out of which 30% share belongs to non-controlling. So it comes to 33,000. Similarly, for tiny limited, out of total share capital, 20% belongs to non-controlling. So we will add this figure here. And out of this figure, we will deduct the share capital of both the subsidiary and subsidiary. So share capital of mini limited minus and of tiny limited subsidiary. Similarly, the pre-acquisition retained earning. So we have calculated this amount here. The pre-acquisition retained earning is 7,000 of micro limited, and pre-acquisition retained earning of tiny limited is 4,000. So we have taken this figure as per our regular working. So the goodwill comes to 41,000 and 60,000. We will deduct any goodwill impairment if is any there. There is no goodwill impairment, so the 50,000 will be our goodwill. So we will put this figure in our asset column, 57,000, while consolidated. Sorry, it will come here, 57,000. Now come to non-controlling interest. So this is mini limited and tiny limited. 33,000 is the non-controlling interest, that is 1,10,000 into 30% share. And similarly for tiny limited, 50,000 into 20%. And non-controlling interest share of subsidiary in retained earning. This figure comes from this. These are the non-controlling calculation for both micro and mini limited. So for micro limited, it becomes 15,600, and for tiny limited, it becomes 4,000. So by adding these two figure, our figure comes to 62,600. So the non-controlling interest will be 62,600. And for consolidated group retained earning, as per the earlier process, we will use the parent, that is a holding company or a purchaser or micro limited, 50,000. Similarly, the group share of subsidiary post acquisition return earning in Mini Limited. So in Mini, we will consider for Mini Limited because 29,400. This is the for 29,400 post acquisition share of Micro Limited controlling interest, or we may say controlling interest also. 29,400. We are considering here the retained earning of Mini Limited because the retained earning of Tiny Limited is already included in the figure of Mini Limited, because 12,000 we have received from Tiny Limited. So totals, no goodwill impairment, so no amount will come here. So 79,400. So our retained earning will be 79,400 here, and others we will simply add. This time we have to add the figures of three entities: holding, subsidiary and sub-subsidiary. 85,000 trade receivable, cash and bank, equipment, patent or copyrights. Okay, there is no amortization. And 50,000 investment in subsidiary. This we ignore, and we have already put the figure of goodwill here, 4,67,000. And similarly, the investment of only holding company, that is Micro Limited, will appear here, 1,50,000. And retained earning figure is available with us. Non-controlling interest is available with us through working. Deferred tax liability, we will simply add this amount. It comes to 20,000. For trade payable, we will also simply add for trade payable and long term, 4,67,000. So this has come through our working, and this has also come through our working, and come through our working. So it balanced our balance sheet. It matches 4,67,000, 4,67,000. So what we have done here, first we have calculated the retained earning or P&L of Tiny Limited. Out of this, the share of Mini Limited, its subsidiary, is transferred to him, to the Mini Limited. And out of this, we have calculated the non-controlling and controlling interest. And similarly for goodwill calculation also, we have used the figures of Mini Limited and Tiny Limited. So say we have to make one additional working in this when a subsidiary exists. Hope you find our this session on Chain Holdings subsidiary useful and motivational. Thank you.